Hello students, today we will do chapter 24. Are we endangering our environment? 20 years ago, there were open fields around the city. Today, there are new colonies there. There was a big spreading tree near the railway gate. Different kinds of birds and insects lived happily in the tree. Where have those birds and insects gone today? What similarities do you find between a city and village and a forest? What differences do you find between them? The progress made by human beings. Man is more intelligent than all other animals. He makes use of his intelligence to make his life more comfortable. All living things make use of what they find in their environment. But only man can carefully study the things in the environment. He produces new things from materials in the environment. Let us see how. This is a story of about 150 years ago. Researchers found out how to use mineral oil. Man now had a new and useful fuel to use. He then invented some vehicles that would run on this fuel. These include a motor car, bus, truck, and scooter. They also developed railway engines that would run on coal. Previously, if one had to travel to another town, one had to walk or ride horseback or on a bullock cart. Various animals are used to carry burdens or draw carts. Now we go by bus or railway trains. That helps to save both time and labor. We take up various schemes to make our life easier and prosperous. We build dams to satisfy our need for water. We build roads and railways for transportation. Factories are set up to manufacture all the things we need. We build houses so that everyone can have a shelter of their own. The things we need to do all this have to be obtained from the environment. We get them from places like forests, farms, and mines. Water is used in the factories and then the wastewater is let into rivers. All this has an effect on the environment. If the environment is harmed, it has harmful effects on all living things. The man is no exception. Growth of the population. Find out. A census was done in 1951. What was the population of our country then? A census was found in 2011. What was the population of our country then? In the last 60 years, the population of our country has tripled. It is still growing. So, the demand for all those things that we need to take from the environment has increased many times over. People could not get employment in villages, so they began to leave and to go to cities in search of work. Cities become crowded. The population in the cities grow beyond limits. Cities began to experience a shortage of water. There were not enough houses for everybody. So people could not find a quiet place. So the people could not find a place to study. I'm so sorry. I'll read the sentence again. So people could not find a place to stay. There used to be open space and fields around the cities. New colonies come up there. And to build these new houses and colonies, the trees there had to be cut down. In cities, one has to travel long distance to go to work. So people in cities began to buy vehicles that run on fuels. In all big cities, these vehicles spew smoke as they were driven around. The smoke mixes with the city air. As a result, people began to have breathing problems. Instances of asthma and other lung disorders began to increase. Trees have been banished from cities. So, birds do not find places to build their nests. They also find the smoke in the city air troublesome. They are no longer safe, sorry, they are no longer sure of getting water than they are thirsty. So there are fewer and fewer birds in cities now. The number of butterflies and other insects is also falling. Because of the increasing population, the drainage system in cities fails sometimes. Then water collects in the midst of living areas. Mosquitoes grow in it. They spread diseases like malaria, dengue, filaria, chikungunya. Do you see how increase in population spoil the life we lead in cities? Groundwater is drying up. Its groundwater is drying up. Water is an important need of all living things. We use water for keeping ourselves and our houses clean, for cooking, farming, industry, and construction. As the rainy season ends, the water in rivers decreases. Water in wells too recedes. Their water barely lasts up to the month of March the following year. Later, in summary, many villages face a serious scarcity of water. Do you know people settle only where water is available from one source or other? Population keeps growing. The rainfall, however, remains the same. So there is a shortage of water. Much of rainwater flows away unused. So we began to build dams to store rainwater and use it later. Some people began to use bore wells rather than draw wells and to use hand pumps to lift water. Then, pumps that worked mechanically on diesel or electricity were invented. Now, the use of such pumps has become widespread. The population has so greatly increased that now every summer we face severe water scarcity. The population has so greatly increased and now every summer we face severe water scarcity. Another problem that the population growth caused was that the availability of food. The food produced in the country began to fall short of the needs of the growing population. So, our scientists developed improved methods of farming. Previously, farmers would grow only one crop in a year. Now, they take two or even three crops every year. As a result, food production increased, but so did the demand of water for agriculture.